Okay, so hello, grade 9. Once again, welcome to our last lesson for term 1. It's about plate boundaries. I am Sir Wawi, your ever curious science buddy. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe para lagi kang updated sa mga susunod pa nating science lesson. And hopefully, kayo sa term 2, nandyan pa rin kayo mga anak. Ano po, kahit ito na yung last topic natin sa term 1, hoping pa din ako na madami tayong natutunan all throughout our discussion. Okay, so thank you sa atin. Ayan, so for our learning competency today, the learners participate in a collaborative group or class task to examine and describe the topographical and geological evidence for plate boundaries occurring in the area where the Philippines is located. The learners describe the types of plate boundaries found around the Earth. And for our learning objectives, it's a whole week discussion. Examine the distribution of earthquakes in relation to plate boundaries in the Philippines. Collaboratively analyze satellite imagery and geological maps to identify specific geological features associated with plate boundaries in the Philippines. Interpret topographic maps to identify evidence of plate tectonics. Evaluate the impact of plate tectonics. Construct a hypothesis regarding future geological changes in the Philippines. Describe the geological features of associated with convergent plate boundaries. Okay, classify different plate boundaries, the convergent, divergent, and transform. Define the concept of divergent plate boundaries. Compare and contrast transform plate boundaries, and investigate the role of plate boundaries together with apply knowledge of plate boundaries to predict potential geological hazards and events. Okay, so napakahaba. Okay, but in short, if I will be the one okay, who will execute this topic. Okay, ang mga focus lang natin mga anak tandaan is about the three major plate boundaries and then how it occurs and then what are the result. Okay, when this plate boundaries collide with one another or with each other. So ano yung mga na-form? Okay, so yun ang ating pag-aaralan together with the different major and minor plates. Okay, so brace yourselves. Hopefully, marami tayong matutunan sa ating last lesson. So, flush each sentence. Give students 1 to 2 minutes to think why the sentence is correct. Okay. Then call a student to explain why it is correct. Actually, this statement is true. Ano po? Wagner proposed that the movement of continents occurred due to the gradual shifting of land masses over the Earth surface. So why is it true? Okay, it's true because Wegener hypothesized that this movement occurred over millions of years, driven by geological forces, and led to the formation and breakup of supercontinents like Pangaea, okay, which is known as the continental drift theory. Okay, second, the movement of continents occurred due to the gradual shifting of land masses over Earth's surface. Okay, it's true pa din mga anak because this movement driven by geological forces along the earth, a movement of plates. So why this, bakit nagtataka tayo, bakit kaya yung plates na yan gumagalaw? What is the driving force? Is it in the upper surface or beneath the earth's surface? Okay, actually mga anak, if you are familiar with the different layers of the earth, this plate tectonics is like a puzzle. Okay, a puzzle or pieces of puzzle. Like they are like floating in a semi-fluid. Okay, semi-fluid what do you call this? Semi-fluid substance. Okay, na nasa ilalim ng Earth's crust. At yung semi-fluid na yan, napakainit na yan and yan yung nagda-drive ng movement okay, sa ating Earth's surface. Kaya gumagalaw ito. Continuous movement. Okay. And, sir, bakit kaya ganun? Okay, sir, is it important po ba? Or importante po ba, sir, yung paggalaw ng mga plates? Yes. Okay. Um, to answer your question, it's important. Okay, it's really important in shaping the earth. Okay, kahit pa sabihin na natin na sometimes yung mga movement na yan, it cause earthquakes, it cause volcanic eruptions, but those results are also important. Okay, important in what sense, sir? Okay, for example, during earthquake, okay, nagkakaroon ng changes, especially sa earth or earth's surface. Volcanic eruptions, it replenish other minerals in the earth. Okay, kasi hindi naman totally yung mga minerals natin ngayon dito sa Earth's surface is hindi nauubos. So, kailangan nating i-replenish. Palitan, okay, and then over and over, it's like a cycle. Okay, which is really needed to sustain life. Okay, next. The continental drift theory proposed by Alfred Wegener in the early 20th century suggested that the continents were once joined together in a single supercontinent called Pangaea. So it's true pa din because Wegener proposed this idea in the early 20th century based on evidence such as the fit of the continents. He proposed, diba? He proposed several evidences, yung exact fit of continents like yung ating continent of Africa and South America. Okay, and then he also presented other evidences like fossils or fossil evidence, rock formation or yung mga rock similarities along continents. Okay, so yun yung mga proof niya na dati yung mga continent magkakasama or magkakadikit. So it's not just hearsay or sabi-sabi. There is an evidence. Ano po? And through that conclusion, okay, sabi ni Wegener that these plates are moving. Okay. Though yung movement niya is very small, like in a centimeter, napakaliit lang naman talaga, di ba, every year. But if you're going to imagine the span of time, millions of years ago, ang dami nang nangyari. So yung centimeter, pag pinagsama mo yan, malaki na yan. Right? Okay. So, our next activity is mapping hazards, earthquake, and volcano distribution in the Philippines. Ayan. So, why is the Philippines prone to disaster? Bakit nga ulit tayo prone to disaster? Ang sagot is because we lies on the so-called Pacific Ring of Fire. So, the Philippines is part of the Pacific Ring of Fire. Prone tayo sa mga disasters like volcanic eruptions, earthquake. Okay, so in this region, it is a region with many earthquakes. Okay, many active volcanoes caused by movement of tectonic plates. So, hindi lang naman Philippines yung kasama sa ating Pacific Ring of Fire. There are other countries na kasama rin sa Pacific Ring of Fire, like for example, Japan, Indonesia, and of course, the Philippines. Okay, and in this region, talagang prone yung mga sinatawag nating earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, and other phenomena associated with the movement of tectonic plates. Okay, so this explains why earthquakes and eruption are common in our country. Okay, so actually, yung ating Pacific Ring of Fire is like in other references, it's like a horseshoe shape. Yung horseshoe. Para daw yung tinatapakan yung kinakabit sa ilalim ng paa ng mga kabayo. Okay? So, horseshoe shape. Ayan, so ito yung ating country. This is the Philippines. Okay, so in this region talaga may mga nakalagay na dyan na legend. Yung mga red is yung mga active volcanoes. So tingnan natin, okay, kung gaano kadami yung distribution ng volcanoes. Kaya wag na tayong magtaka na ang Philippines talagang mababalitaan natin may mga pumuputok na bulkan. Kasi itong region na to is very active, the Pacific Ring of Fire. Okay. And along with that particular disaster or phenomena, yung volcanic eruptions, laging associated yung dalawa eh, volcanic eruptions and earthquake. Okay, next, what plates affect the Philippines? Okay, ano kayang plates? So, the Philippine Sea Plate, okay, we lie in the Philippine Sea Plate, pero ang nakaka-apekto talaga sa Philippines is the Philippine Sea Plate, the Pacific Plate na makikita sa Pacific Ocean, and then Eurasian Plate dito naman sa kabilang side. Okay, so these plates are constantly moving and interacting. They are constantly moving. And when these plates move, it causes what? It causes one of the most common, okay, disaster, earthquake. Yun talaga yung unang nabubuo. Ano? Okay, so when plates collide, slide, or separate, energy is released. Earthquakes is formed, di ba? Or napuproduce, nagkakaroon ng earthquake. When one plate goes under another, may mga chances na yung ibang plates, when they collide with one another, pwede silang tumaas, magsabdak, lulubog, okay? Makakabuo naman ng volcanoes, okay? And other, okay, geologic features. Okay, yun ang ating pag-aaralan later. Okay, pag gumagalaw kaya yung mga plates na yan, ano kayang nabubuo? Okay, ayan, so these are the different plates that we had. Ano, meron tayong mga tinatawag na major plates and minor plates. Okay, so meron tayong Eurasian plate, Indo-Australian, the North American plate, the South American plate, okay, the African plate, the Pacific plate. Okay, so yan ang mga sample plate, Antarctic plate. Okay, so this plate are constantly moving. Gumagalaw yan mga anak. Okay, at hindi natin alam kung after 10,000 years, 'di ba? After 10,000 years, hindi natin alam na kung ito pa rin ba yung itsura ng ating planeta? Ito pa rin ba yung arrangement ng mga continents? Who knows, 'di ba? Who knows? In other news, if you are active watching news, okay, kung nanonood kayo ng mga balita, in part of Africa, may part doon ng isang sa continent ng Africa na naghihiwalay because of the movement of plates. At medyo malaki yung paggalaw. And 'di ba? Imagine 10,000 years, buo pa din pa kaya ang Africa? Okay, similar pa din ba yung shape? Diba, ang tagal nun. So, who knows? So, it's very interesting to know what will happen in the future. Pero, hindi natin alam ano kasi we're not uh, forever young. Hindi tayo titira dito ng habang buhay or hindi tayo immortal. Ayan. So, where do earthquakes usually occur? Saan ba karaniwan nangyayari yung mga lindol? Okay, where does earthquake usually occur? So definitely, okay, along plate boundaries or along fault lines. Diyan po nangyayari yung ating mga earthquake. Okay, and sa Philippines, ang dami nating fault lines. Okay, at ito lagi dapat yung kinoconsider natin, mga anak, if we are going to choose good or desirable locations pag tayo in the future. So, tingnan mo kung yung area na yon is may mga fault line. So, kung may mga fault line yan, iwasan mo na yan. Huwag ka namang patayo diyan ng mga business or ng mga bahay kasi delikado. Okay, so next, key example, we have the Philippine fault system run across the country. Ito yung binabantayan natin, the Philippine fault system sa uh, Philippines, especially the West Valley Fault. Okay, yung ating West Valley Fault is inaabangan yan or binabantayan kasi ang tagal na, ako'y high school pa lang is sinasabi na mangyayari na yung big one. Okay, kasi inaasahan na yun kasi last occurrence pa ng or paggalaw ng West Valley Fault is nasa 1600s pa. Okay, so ang assumption ng mga nag-aaral or scientists na nag-aaral sa earthquake, mga seismologists, mga nag-aaral sa earthquake is ang assumption gagalaw yung ating West Valley Fault after 400 years. So ilang years na? 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Naka 400 na, right? So iyan talaga yung inaabangan na gagalaw na yung West Valley Fault. At pag gumalaw daw ang West Valley Fault is kino-consider na it's very destructive, catastrophic for all. Wherein ang ibang research habang tumatagal, okay, and habang nagiging uh, congested lalo ang NCR, okay, ang tinatayang mamamatay is nasa 30,000 or more. So imagine yung casualties natin during that time. It happened, okay, randomly, busy lahat, 'di ba? So, yun yung tinatayang possible na casualties or death. So, kaya lagi tayo sa school natin, if we are doing earthquake drills, lagi nating siseryosohin yun kasi it's for our safety naman. Okay, so kung hindi man natin maranasan na nasa school tayo, nakagraduate tayo, you can still possible pwede mo rin yung ituro sa mga kapatid mo, sa mga nagiging friends mo, how to do the proper way. Okay, during earthquake, yung duck, cover, and hold. Okay, so hopefully makikinig. So earthquakes are common in eastern Philippines near trenches and especially in western areas due to fault lines. Madami din yan. Okay, so these are the distribution of active volcano and then yung ating earthquake origin. So naka-red dot yung mga earthquake. Tingnan natin sa Pacific Ring of Fire. Okay, yung distribution of earthquake. Grabe, grabe. And every day, nagkakaroon, okay, ng earthquake sa Pilipinas. Okay, so pero bakit wala namang nare-report na nagkakaroon everyday ng earthquake sa Pilipinas? Wala namang binabalita. Mga anak, yung mga earthquake commonly na nangyayari sa Philippines everyday is what do you call this? It is only detected by devices na hindi natin na-detect. Pero always nagkakaroon ng earthquake sa atin. Okay, it is according to study. Ayan. So, okay, lagi na lang tayo maging handa. Be ready. Where are volcanoes located? Saan ba makikita yung mga bulkan? Okay, as based on the distribution. So, mostly along subduction zones. So, sir, ano po yung subduction zones? Ito yung nasa pagitan ng dalawang plates. Okay, magpapakita ako later ha ng zones. Sa subduction zone mga anak, merong lumulubog at merong umaangat. Okay, yung lumubog yun yung nag-subduct na plate, okay, during collision. So concentrated in volcanic arcs, okay, nandyan din po malalapit yung mga bulkan at titingnan natin kung anong plate boundaries ba nabubuo ang mga bulkan or saang plate boundaries karaniwan sila nabubuo. Okay. Next, example ng ating volcanic arc is yung Luzon Volcanic Arc. Okay, famous volcanoes here in the Philippines, we have Mayon Volcano, the Mount Pinatubo Volcano. Okay, some volcanoes are also found in Visayas and even in Mindanao. Okay, tingnan natin ano po. So, these are the distributions of volcanoes. So, map visual analysis. Let's observe. Areas with many earthquakes are near. Yung mga areas na laging may earthquake, syempre yan yung mga area na malapit sa fault line. Trenches, okay? Areas with many volcanoes are along plate boundaries near subduction zones. Okay, no worries, ipapakita ko later yung subduction zone na yun. Wala pa akong ano pa. Okay, guide question. What pattern do you notice about their locations? Okay, what pattern? Okay, ang ma-observe lang natin, ang ma-observe natin doon sa mga location nila, if there is an active volcano, may possible na may earthquake din. Right? Parang magkakambal itong dalawa. Okay, and then, pattern. Mostly, yung earthquake makikita natin sa mga fault line, yung volcano sa mga subduction zones, yun yung pattern ng kanilang locations. Okay, what did we learn? So, the Philippines lies on the Pacific Ring of Fire. Okay, earthquakes and volcanoes are caused by tectonic plates movement. Ano ba yung Pacific Ring of Fire? It is a location where, ano po, kung saan frequent yung ating tinatawag na earthquake and volcanic eruptions. Ito yung area na frequent yung earthquake and volcanic eruption. Kaya nga, tinawag siyang Pacific Ring of Fire. So their distribution follows. We have like boundaries, fault system, and subduction zones. Okay, understanding this helps us to prepare, stay safe, and reduce risk. Okay, so modeling, ito naman ay by group. Okay, pwede nating ipagawa sa mga bata. Skip na lang muna natin. Okay, ayan. So let's proceed on the major tectonic plates. So ito yung mga major tectonic plates natin mga anak. We have the Eurasian plate, okay, the Pacific plate, the Indian Australian plate, North American plate, South American plate, the African plate, and the Antarctic plate. Pag sinabi nating major plates, mga anak, yan yung malalaking plates. Malalaki talaga, like buong continent or ano pa yun. So, yung malalaki. Kaya nga major. Okay, so key ideas. They are the largest pieces of Earth's lithosphere, made of oceanic and even continental crust. Their movement shapes Earth's surface. Ano po? So, these are the major plates. Ano yung mga major plates natin? Yung Russian plate. Ayun po. The Pacific plate. Ito po yung ating Pacific plate. Ang laki ano. So, those are example of major plates. Yung malalaki. At syempre, what do major plates do? Form mountain ranges, create ocean basins and continents, cause earthquakes and volcanic eruptions, drive continental drift movement of continents over time. So, meron tayong three types of plate boundaries: the convergent or colliding, the divergent or moving apart, and transform, sliding past each other. Okay, so ito naman yung ating minor plates. Ipapakita ko sa inyo. The examples of minor plates are Juan de Fuca Plate, Nazca Plate, the Scotia Plate, the Philippine Sea Plate, and the Caribbean Plate. Okay, yan po yung ating mga minor plates, smaller than major plates, found near or between major plates, and still very important in shaping Earth. Okay, so ito po yung ating mga plates. So, nakakatakot kasi Enjoy na lang natin yung life. If you are very stressful na, ay, gumagalaw, nagkakaroon ng earthquake, enjoy na lang yung life natin kasi it's a normal process ng ating planet. Because our planet is changing rather. Hindi to constant. And did you know naman in science that changes is very important? Ano po? Okay, laging kaakibat ng science ang change. Okay. Next, what do minor plates do? Okay, form island arcs and trenches, create rift zones, cause earthquakes and volcanic activities, interact strongly with major plates. Some are stable while others are very active and constantly moving. When plates move, kapag gumalaw ang plates mga anak, tatandaan natin, earthquakes occur. Nagkakaroon ng earthquake. Volcanoes form. May nabubuong mga bulkan. May mabubuog mga mountains and even ocean floors change. Yung ating ilalim ng dagat, pwedeng magbago yan. Okay, next. Big idea. Even slow movements of plates can greatly change Earth over time. 'Di ba? Okay. So proceed naman tayo sa plate boundaries. So plate boundaries are where tectonic plates met. This interaction shape our surface at meron tayong three major plate boundaries. At yun yung focus natin, the convergent, divergent, and transform. So balikan natin mga anak yung aking ito. Ito yung mga plate boundaries natin mga anak. Sundan niyo yung ating arrows. Ayan po, yung mga lines na yan kung saan yung isang plate and another plate nagme-met. Ang tawag natin doon, boundaries. Itong mga line, okay, ayan po, hindi yung horizontal and vertical ha. Okay, itong mga black portion natin. Andyan yung mga plate boundaries where plate met and collide. Okay, so sige. Ayan. So, proceed na tayo sa first type ng ating plate boundary or boundaries, convergent boundary. So, anong ba yung convergent boundary? Pag sinabi natin convergent boundary, is a type of plate boundary where two tectonic plates move toward each other. Yung collision nila, pag nag-collide sila, anak, banggaan talaga. Yung dalawang plate nagbanggaan. Alam niyo naman yung nagbanggaan, di ka? Nagsalpukan. So, alam niyo naman yung banggaan. Moving toward each other. Okay. At pag gumalaw yan, may iba't ibang mga results. Okay. Meron tayong three types of convergent movement. Okay. So, nung napag-aralan nyo sa grade 8, meron tayong two types of crust, diba? Yung oceanic and continental. Okay. Nakaklassify ang convergent into three. Pag nagbanggaan, let's say oceanic to oceanic convergence, nagbanggaan yung dalawang oceanic crust. Pag sinabi natin oceanic crust, mga anak, yung nasa ilalim ng tubig. Okay, yun yung crust na nasa ilalim ng tubig. Crust pa din yun, kahit nasa ilalim siya ng tubig. Pag nagbanggaan yung dalawang oceanic to oceanic, okay, when two oceanic plates collide, one plate subducts under the other. Okay, yung isa daw magsasubduct, magpapailalim, yung isa is magpapaibabaw. Okay, yung mga term natin, magpailalim yung isa naman ay paibabaw. Tandaan natin. And when these two plates collide, it can form deep sea trenches, malalalim na uwang. Okay, parang papailalim talaga, deep sea trenches like for example, the Marianas Trench. It also creates volcanic arcs like Japan and Aleutian Islands. It causes earthquakes and volcanic eruptions. And this movement or boundary or plate movements is the one which is highly can cause tsunami. Okay, kasi sa, diga, convergence, especially when oceanic to oceanic collide. Okay, so tingnan natin, ito po yung ating oceanic to oceanic crust collision. So, tingnan natin mga anak, yung sinasabi kong subduct, ito mga anak, pababa. Nag-subduct siya pa, baba. At meron namang doon sa taas, remains at the top. Okay. Sir, bakit po may mga nagsasubduct, may pumapailalim? Dalawa naman pong oceanic yun, deka. Okay, mga anak, ang nagpapailalim, okay, ang nagpapailalim is yung tinatawag nating denser, mabigat. Okay, sir, kaya mo bang ma-pinpoint diyan yung denser? Siyempre yung nag-subduct, itong pumailalim. Ibig sabihin nito mga anak, this crust is older than this one. Okay, itong natira sa taas, ibig sabihin, mas younger. Ibig sabihin, pag yung dalawang oceanic crust nagbanggaan, ang magsasabdak or magpapailalim is yung older oceanic crust or yung denser oceanic crust. Okay, at ano yung nafo-form 'pag nagbabanggaan itong boundaries na dalawang plates na 'to, convergent boundary? So, ang nafo-form natin ay deep sea trenches, yung malalim na part sa ocean, like Marianas Trench, like this one mga anak. Okay, it can also form volcanic arc. Hindi lang po basta may parang lilitaw kasi nagkaroon ng magma, okay, yung magma nag-rise up. Okay, or tumaas. Puwedeng makabuo ng mga bulkan. Ang tawag natin diyan, volcanic arcs. At ang mga bulkan, kung babalikan natin kanina, makikita lagi yan sa malapit sa subduction zone. Ito yung ating tawag dito, anak, is subduction zone. Okay, diyan natin makikita lagi ang mostly ang mga bulkan. Okay, ang tawag natin dito oceanic to oceanic. What if naman ang nagbanggaan is oceanic at continental? Pag continental crust mga anak, ito yung ating tinitirahan. Napag-aralan niyo na 'to nung grade 8 sa oceanic and crust and lithospheric plates. So hopefully alam na natin yung difference between oceanic and continental. Okay. At pag tinanong ko kayo which is denser, oceanic or continental, syempre ang mas denser ay yung oceanic. Okay. So oceanic plate subducts under continental plate forms the deep sea or deep trenches. Example, the Peru Chile Trench. It also creates volcanic mountain ranges. Example is Andes Mountains. Strong earthquakes and volcanic activity occur. Okay, so tingnan natin. Ito yung example ng continental and oceanic convergence. Banggaan ng isang continental crust and oceanic. Ang magsasabdak mga anak ay yung ating oceanic crust. Kasi siya ay mas dense or mas mabigat, denser, compare to continental crust. Kaya ang tendency siya yung magsisink. Okay, papailalim. Sink beneath the less dense continental plate and melts it in the mantle. And during the collision, may nabubuo tayong volcanic mountain ranges. O may bulkan na naman, malapit siya sa subduction zone. Pwede rin makabuo ng deep ocean trench. Okay, tandaan ha yung mga nabubuo. Okay, next, convergent boundary. Dalawa namang continental to continental. And we can uh, we can wonder, syempre, magagaan ito, less dense. Two continental plates collide, no subduction. Walang magpapailalim dito mga na kasi light lang sila. Both are light. So, crust folds and rises. Anong nangyari? Parang papel na kernample mo. Crust folds and rises, pataas yung direction. At pag pataas, ano yung mabubuo? Forms large mountain ranges, like for example, the Himalayas, Alps, and the Appalachian Mountains. Okay, so tingnan natin. Dalawang continental yung nagbanggaan. Eh, walang lumubog, walang nagsabdak. Okay. So, ang nabuo natin, mountain ranges. Did you know mga anak na ang India is not in ancient, hindi siya part ng Asia totally. Yan ay gumalaw lang at nagbumangga, okay, sa ating continent. Kaya nabuo ang Himalayas mountain or the mountain ranges in Himalayas. Okay. So, yan po yung ating mga nabubuo ha, mountain range pag continental to continental collision. Okay. Proceed naman tayo sa second type ng boundary, the divergent boundary. So, ito naman, a divergent boundary is a type of plate boundary where two tectonic plates move away from each other. As the plates separate, magma from the mantle rises to the surface, cools and forms new crust. Ito yun naman yung boundary na may malaking chance na makabuo ng panibagong Earth's crust. Bakit? Kasi yung movement ng dalawang plate mga anak, kung sa convergent banggaan, dito ay para magkagalit kasi palayo silang dalawa. Imbis na magbanggaan, palayo, moving away talaga sila. Okay, moving away yung peg natin dito sa divergent boundary. Okay, plates move away from each other, magma rises. Okay, syempre, mapalayo yung dalawang plates, may tataas na magma. Pag tumaas ang magma, syempre, magko-cool down yan. Pag nag-cool down yan, titigas, okay, at possible makabuo tayo ng new crust. Okay, so ano yung nagiging resulta doon sa movement nila? It can form mid-ocean ridges, can also form reef valleys on land. Example is the Mid-Atlantic Ridge. Okay, so tingnan natin, anak, divergent. Okay, papalayo. Pwede tayong makabuo ng mga mid-ocean ridges. Okay, so tandaan natin, divergent, moving away. Okay, so sige, we are done on this. Another transform boundary, the third one. So a transform boundary is a type of plate boundary naman. Kakaiba ito dun sa dalawa. Where two tectonic plates slide past. Slide. Nag-slide lang yung dalawa past each other horizontally and mostly it causes earthquakes. Okay. So here, plates slide past each other. No creation or destruction. Walang nakikreate na mga mountain. Walang nade-destruct. It causes lang strong earthquakes. Example nito is the San Andreas Fault. No volcano formation usually in transform kasi nag-slide past each other lang tayo. Parang ganito. Slide past, mali yung arrow mga anak ha, hindi para ano dapat. Sliding, alam niyo yung sliding. Papakita ko later. This one, ay, nakita niyo na yung sagot. Okay, so later na, papakita ko sa inyo. Okay, so pag-aralan muna natin yung ating types of plates. Summary lang ito. So, convergent boundaries. Una, meron tayo, unahin natin yung continental to continental. Okay, yung plate movement is toward. Anong nabubuo na geologic features? Mountain ranges. Pag oceanic to oceanic, toward din, ano yung na-form? Volcanic island arcs and deep ocean trenches. Pag oceanic to continental, toward din ang movement kasi siya ay convergent volcanic mountain ranges, and ocean trenches. Pag divergent movement, plates move away from each other. Okay, and then, anong nabubuo? Mid-ocean ridges. Okay, and then, rift valleys. Pag transform naman, plate slide past each other horizontally, geologic feature forms fault lines. Okay, next, which type of plate boundary is most likely to cause tsunami? Okay, of course, it's convergent, especially during the collision of two oceanic or oceanic and continental. Which type of boundary do tectonic plates move away from each other? Move away. It's divergent. Which boundary type is commonly associated with the formation of volcanic arcs? Of course, it's convergent. Which type of boundary is characterized by the creation of mid-ocean ridges? Correct, divergent. Which type of plate boundary involves one plate being forced beneath another, creating subduction zone? May subduction zone tayo dyan. It's convergent. At which type of boundary do you most often find mountain ranges being formed? Okay, mountain ranges it's convergent, especially during a continental and continental crust collision or two continental crust. Okay, which boundary type is associated with the formation of deep ocean trenches? Still, it's convergent. Which type of boundary is most likely to create large earthquakes but not typically tsunamis? Of course, it's transform ano kasi slide past each other. At which boundary do you commonly find rift valleys forming? Of course, it's divergent. Which type of plate boundary is associated with the formation of volcanic islands? Of course, it's convergent. Okay, mostly kasi mga bulkan, makikita natin malapit sa subduction zone. Okay, which type of boundary is most likely to create new oceanic crust? Correct. It's divergent. Kasi yung divergent, moving away, yung natitirang gitna, may magma na magtataas at yung magma na yon titigas, mag-cool down. Okay, it's a new crust. Okay, so when plates move, ito mga anak, yung transform, yung arrow natin, sliding past each other. Yun yung sinasabi ko sa inyo. Anyway, this is the actual summary of what we have discussed. So hopefully is picturean nyo yan and marami kayong natutunan sa atin. Again, what are the three types of plate boundaries? We have convergent, divergent, and transform. Thank you so much, grade 9, and hopefully you learned something today. See you on the next term. Huwag kayong bibitaw at laging susubaybay kay Sir Wow.